I can hardly sleep at night. I think I have an idea. A really great idea. An idea that no one in the history of the world has ever thought of.
Mr.
Watson looked skeptical but amused.
Lois, I'm thankful you're implementing what I've been teaching you. I encourage every student to think outside the box. It's what makes great characters. When you're tackling a role, remember to bring your own version to the table and bigger.
Lois spread her arms wide.
Not just the characters, but the story.
She closed her eyes, her face turned up toward the stage lights. I'm going to do something that's never been done before. A few people snickered. Lois dropped her arms and looked at them. Jealous. The youngsters didn't have the experience she had. They couldn't go to the places she could. Mr. Watson cleared his throat.
That's terrific, Lois.
Lois stood up and gathered her things. I have to go now.
Class isn't over.
I know, but I have a lot of work to do. You, of all people, Mr. Watson, understand that once, maybe twice, in a lifetime, brilliance strikes in such a way that everything must come to a stop until the vision has been fulfilled. Mr. Watson raised an eyebrow. Oh, all right, Lois said, smiling demurely. If you must know...
Must know what?
I'm doing Dickens. She paused, letting the silence do the talking. When it had had its effect, she cut it off and said, A Christmas Carol. Mr. Watson hushed the sudden flurry of snickering. What? Lois asked with a frown. A bobble-headed blonde, otherwise known as Stacy, said, You're kidding, right? I mean, if there's ever been a Christmas play that's overdone, it's that. It's been done 13 billion times as a play, and at least 1 million times as a movie. It's been done on television, on radio, in the park, off-Broadway, on Broadway, every way possible, another student interrupted. Lois folded her arms together and narrowed her eyes. Poor Mr. Watson. No wonder he appeared so aggravated all the time. At first it seemed like he didn't want to be teaching at a community college, but upon further observation, surely the cause was the narrow-mindedness of today's young people. She gave Mr. Watson a knowing glance. They have a lot to learn, don't they, Mr. Watson? She threw her scarf around her neck. I bid you farewell, and lots of luck in your future careers as waiters and waitresses. Stacy smirked. Please, you really think you can do theater better than the rest of us? Give me a break. No offense, lady, but you're from a small town, and you're way over the hill, and in over your head. You're the one person here who never seems to know what's going on. Lois looked at Mr. Watson, whose understanding expression tried to compensate for Bobblehead's attitude.
Lois, I'm glad you're trying to think outside the box. It's a huge improvement. Wasn't it just last week that you walked out of the improv lesson because you thought it was a waste of time, since actors always use scripts?
Thank you for your confidence, Mr. Watson. And I can assure you, A Christmas Carol has never been done like this. She addressed the students. Wait and see. It will be unforgettable. Mwah! She slid her arms through her coat sleeves, buttoned the front, and walked off the stage, her heels clicking loudly until she reached the carpet of the center aisle, where she marched forward. And with each step, one thought built onto another, forming a tower of brilliance. She stopped at the front doors of the auditorium and smiled to herself. Everything came together inside her head. She knew exactly what she wanted to do and how she would do it. Alfred Tennyson strolled along the leafy path that wound through the woods just north of his rental house. It was actually the only house in Skary, Indiana, to rent. People either lived and died here or didn't come at all. And he wasn't sure why he always felt the need to return. Since crashing and burning in publishing, first as Wolfe Boone's editor and later as his agent, Alfred's career had improved slowly but steadily. Now he worked as a freelance editor, pulling in enough to afford a modest apartment in Manhattan.